everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. That's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of a follow-up on my pyramid reading yesterday because something quite fascinating is crossing my attention. My guides were telling me last night to boy, they were chatty last night. They were talking about the network of pyramids around the globe. So it wasn't just the Giza pyramid that was this like energy, whatever you like to call it, creator. So I sat down this morning and I started Googling pyramids around the world and making myself a list of pyramids around the world. And then I put in Google as a search option. I put in pyramids around the world, and what came up on my list after I'd written down this whole list of pyramids, pyramids around the world activate is what I put in my Google search, and it came up with an article from the 8th of June from a website called primedisclosure.com. Now, conspiracy theory, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But what I went into it just very curious, and it talks about, the pyramids, especially the one at Giza, the great one, never actually being a tomb. There was no mummies ever found inside. There was no hieroglyphs on the walls and the chambers, etc. And the lining of the chambers were made of crystalline materials, blah, 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 blah. Now, as I'm looking at this article, it says the 12 pyramids around the world activated simultaneously at a particular time, Cairo time, with a pulse 3.3 seconds long, a frequency of 33 hertz, and a depth origin of 330 meters below the base. Now, apparently it happened at 3:33 a.m. Cairo time, so the number 3, check out your angel numbers, incredibly important. But I'm not going to have a look at that particular aspect before. What really caught my attention, because there are pyramids all around the world, is that when I went into this article to have a look at the other pyramids that this pulse happened at, pretty much lined up with all that I had written on my list. We're talking about, plus I've got a couple of extra more. I've got the ziggurat of Ur in Iraq, which is not included in this list. But I do have most of them the same. And it's almost like there are other elements to this, not just these 12 pyramids. So quickly going through it, you've got Giza, you've got Teotihuacan, the Pyramid of the Sun. You've got one in China, one in Indonesia, you've got one in Bolivia, you've got one in Sudan. Apparently Illinois, Göbel Tepe, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, etc., and so forth. And the underwater pyramid of Azores. Yes, that was one on my list as well. So having a look further into this, I then Googled seismologist record pulse. And then I found an article that I had actually read on quite a while ago because, oh gosh, when did I read on this? Because this is published in June 25th, 2026, so recently. But I have read on this before. I know I've read on this before. Mind you, with the timelines the way they are, goodness me, I never know quite what is going on because, I mean, just point in fact, news came out couple of weeks ago that Bonnie Tyler had passed, and I looked at husband and I said, but she died months ago. I clearly remember hearing months ago that the singer Bonnie Tyler had died, like 3 or 4 months earlier. So timelines are a bit skew-iff at the moment. But this article I'm looking at in the sciencefocus.com, it's a BBC article, and it's what has been recorded is that there is a pulse in the Earth's crust every 26 seconds. First discovered decades ago, they can't agree on what's causing it, and it's pretty much like a heartbeat of the Earth. Now, when I was reading on this article about the pyramids, the frequency 33 hertz is the frequency at which, if I read correctly, is the frequency at which the human skeletal system structure vibrates, and it's the frequency that ancient monks chant at. Yeah, there's Spotty Dog coming for a cuddle. You probably can't see him, he's under the table. So something fascinating is happening in regards to these pulsings. Okay. And the fact that they were all detected at exactly the same time with these 12 sites, with this underlying heartbeat. Let me have a look at the heartbeat, see if I can, of the Earth, in every 26 seconds. Wonder if they have a, I'm just having a quick look through to see whether there is, talking about volcanoes, etc. I wonder if they have a frequency. Now, I can't see the frequency of this particular heartbeat, but I'm finding it really fascinating, because what my guides told me last night was that they actually said all these pyramids activating at once, bringing forth this energy. Well, let's have a look. What do we need to know? Now, I'm using the same as yesterday, the Sci-Fi Tarot, to see what it brings. Spotty's going, oh, here he is. Come on, mate. Yeah, he's called Spot because of his spot. He is really, last night he was incredibly struggling. I'm from the vet this morning. As sad as it is, we've got the vet booked in for Thursday next week. He does okay during the day, but then especially come evening, like his breathing's quite laboured during the day, then come evening the pain starts to set in despite his pain meds, and he's really starting to struggle going off his food. He'll sort of eat and then not eat, and terrible decision to have to make for our fur babies. Okay, but I mean, he's had an amazing life. Farm dog, rabbits, roaming, horses, vineyards, lots and lots and lots of friends everywhere, lots of cuddles, lots of treats, loved having tradespeople over, and he was very well known for stealing lunches off tradespeople. And he was so slick about it, apparently they had it in their hand, turned to talk, and they turned back and their lunch is missing. He was very good. So, and now the last 6 years he's been beaching, long walks, just loving life. Okay, but getting back to the topic at hand, and as I split the deck, I got the Strength card and the Hierophant card. Higher authorities bringing the strength. Do not underestimate the strength, but it's also the struggle to tame the beast. Who will survive? And the Hierophant. This could be authorities around the world or governments around the world trying to maintain control. Harbinger of order and orthodoxy to the galaxy. Okay, so just tell us, what do we need to know? These pyramids activating. I had the Indonesia one, I had the Cambodia one, I had the Sudan one on my list, I had Giza, I had gosh, lots of the same ones on my list. Let's have a look. before I even saw this article. What do I need to know? The world. There is the world, the star, the moon. Wow, these cards, I'm just going to flip it over and see what's on the other side. The Five of Wands, the struggle for power, the struggle for who has control. Five of Swords. Oh, this is going to be interesting. You've got the two contrasts here. The attempt to control. Yes, it is in regards to those scientists that are missing. I'm just going to point that out as well. The two different vibrations here. We've got these high energy cards, all major arcana, and these low energy fives, change, conflict, a struggle that will go on, struggle for technology, a struggle for the truth, struggle for the messaging, trying to tear others down, to gain control, versus the changes coming whether we like it or not around the world. End of an era, the star, something that is powerful, that is hope, that is potentially coming from the stars, and the moon, secrets being revealed. And power is knowledge. The secrets need to be revealed to bring the power of knowledge forward. Okay, I'll just put those back randomly. Make sure there's justice, actions having consequences, but bringing justice as well. What do we need to know about these pyramids activating? Now, see if I can, when did it actually happen? We have a date, 8th of June. This was, so this happened just a couple of 6 weeks ago, something along those lines, 7 weeks ago. Okay. This pulse that was given out. What do we need to know about it? Then I'm going to ask, what do we need to know about it? Concentrate. What do we need to know about this pulse that was given out? You want that one on top? Got to do what I'm told. Come on down. 7 of Pentacles. Something that's been years in the planning, but ready for harvest. Challenged by the 6 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles, sorry. 6 of Wands. The challenge is a false victory. Why would I be getting a false victory there? Ascendance. Okay, the challenge is ascending. So that's going to be a challenge for, there are those of us that are going to move forward, and there are those who are in this inability to move forward. And that's going to be a challenge. The time is now for the harvesting. Now, I'm not talking about the harvesting of humanity. I'm talking about the harvesting of this opportunity, of these opportunities. The challenge is going to be those of us that are ready to step over. I've been talking for a long while now about the divergence of humanity, the evolution and divergence. And there are those that are not going to join us as we step forward onto this new path. The 6 of Cups, the energy stewing in at the moment, 6 of Cups, wanting to go back to a past time, thinking, the naivety of thinking that they can tame whatever this is that is coming. So this is why, okay, thank you. This is why the ascendance is in the challenge position, because the cards they're giving me are from the position of the current situation with those that are not ready. In the past, we've got the King of Wands, the message being put out there, ready for the action to be taken, a natural born leader. I don't know who that is, but let's see where we go. So the information has been put out there. It's been detected. For the crowning the reading, we've got the Eight of Swords. Left for dead in the Barren Mountains. Those that find themselves, the energy over this situation is those that find themselves trapped by the knowledge. There's a paranoia. Hate comes from fear. Most human emotions either come usually from fear or from love. And those that sit in fear, the emotions that come out of that are hate, anger, frustration, all those sorts of quite low vibration. So the energy over this is in the face of this new technology, because swords are about technology. There are those that will find themselves trapped because of their fear. Immediate future, the Ace of Swords. This is immediate future. It is the beginning of the new technology, the beginning of the new knowledge, the beginning of the new truth. It's ready to be fired in the immediate future. Justice in externally, actions having consequences. Again, she's got a sword that she's wielding while holding the scales, balancing the scales with this sort of truth. And then we got this yesterday, the Three of Wands. The light on the horizon calls to you. We are standing on a precipice. This is about looking at the bigger picture. This is looking at the standing on the edge and looking at what can be. A journey into the unknown. I'm not going to lie and say that this is going to be hunky-dory, champagne and roses and all the rest of it. It's actually going to be a bit confronting, because change is always difficult, whether we accept it or not. Right. Hopes and fears, the High Priestess, this higher vibration, this higher spirituality. Right, the outcome, the Seven of Swords, those that want to steal it for themselves. Absolutely. The Hermit. But then we've got that Ten of Wands. So those that want to steal it for themselves will find themselves isolated due to their overreach, their inability to control it is what I'm getting. Because then we've got the Ace of Cups, the new beginning, the new future, the new. Okay, this is kind of, I'm not going to say kind of funky, it is funky. That's what my guides were telling me. This is this new coming. Okay. Okay, I'm getting there are secondary points that perhaps are not being monitored. I'm just getting secondary points beneath the Parthenon, beneath Uluru, which is the big monolithic rock in the middle of Australia, beneath Shasta, the Ziggurat of Ur. There's like these secondary sites. Are these secondary sites going to be the next ones that activate? Are these secondary sites going to be the next ones that activate? Okay, got 2 cards that fall out. Let's have a look. Strength. And here's that pyramid card again. The 8 of Wands, coming very quickly, changes in the air, an exciting adventure into the unknown. But again, it's the pyramid with the structures, the constellations and the tunnels. Apparently some of the tunnels with the Giza big pyramid line up with the constellations in the universe, but the pyramids, I mean, this is yes and yes. Yes and yes. 10 of Swords, we had that yesterday. A directional of the energy. Oh, talk about vibration at the skeletal system. There's the skeleton. And it shoots, someone pointed out, is it going in or is it shooting out? And it feels like it's shooting. I would have to agree. It feels like the energy is shooting out with the power of the vibration of the skeletal system. Wow. Okay. These guides are taking me on a bit of a journey today. So keep an eye on. I'm going to again use the Starseed Oracle. I might do a full spread this time. Starseed Oracle. What do you need to let us know? Perspective. We are a little blue dot in a big ocean. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. Deep cellular healing. Again. Energy. But this is the skeletal, from the at a skeletal basis. Man, I'm going to have to set my computer playing some of those 33 hertz chants. Let's have a look. In regards to these pyramids, you were talking to me last night about these activations around the world. What do we need to know? The golden children, the rare gifts. It's almost like the chosen ones, but not really. It's those who choose to be chosen. Does that make sense? With this portal, I believe we're in Lionsgate at the moment. But this is about the inner child, the tenderness, the innocence with the rare gifts. It's about those that come from a place of love. The portal is opening, and the chosen ones will pass through. It's not like we'll disappear off the planet. It's just we're stepping into a different plane of existence. Okay, that's an interesting way to put it. Okay. Which I think is why when I'm sort of looking at a lot of what's happening with the crazy that's going on in the world at the moment, it just feels irrelevant. It's almost like I'm on this plane of existence that is separate, so I can observe it, but I don't find myself being challenged by it. Okay. The second signifier is you've got the love. You got the love. This is coming from an emotion of love. The new earth, it is happening. The new earth, it's underway. It is happening. In the past, the star brothers looking out over us, the protection, Horus energy. Talk about Egyptian, Horus energy. The pyramid energy. Protection, loyalty, safety, trust. So we've been kept safe until we reach this point. Until we are ready. Far out. Couldn't make this up if you tried. The earth pulsing. Every 26 seconds, the earth is pulsing. The pulse of the mother. It's like we're in this womb with this heartbeat of this every 26 seconds, the pulse of the earth. And I do wonder, okay, that this 30, this peak from the 12 points around the compass was an initial contraction of the birthing of this new era, because it was out of rhythm of these every 26-second pulsing. It feels like it was a contraction, the first contraction. We often talk about the birth of a new world, the birth of a new era. Okay. Surrender to the sweetness. But also you've got the flow of the water here. Find pleasure and joy and love life. This is what we're here for. While this is underway, just surrender to the process of it. Trust the timing. Wow, can't say I've seen that card before. Oh goodness me, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. But a wave, a contraction wave, trust the timing. Trust the wave. We're not running out of time. This is bringing new. And what's this? The courageous peony. This is internally. So this is externally. The timing, the wave of this contraction. Internally, our multifaceted, unique natures, let us be seen internally. Be true to yourself. I was talking to daughter about this the other day in regards to something that was happening to a friend of mine. That they're going through some struggles at the moment, and they're not necessarily being true to themselves. Gorgeous, gorgeous person. It's just the struggles for them are externally, and they're not being true to themselves, how they deal with it. This is about being true to yourself and your unique nature. The hopes and fears, the star keepers, the cosmic ancestors. Can be a fear. The light by staying grounded. Seed the light by staying grounded. So this is energy coming from within Mother Earth, with the pulse, with the contraction. The fear is the star, the cosmic ancestors. There are those that will fear it. But also, I mean, does that look like we're in an amniotic sac about to be birthed? I think it does. This sac here. Right, the messenger. Be open to the messenger that is coming, or the messengers that are coming. Possibly from Sirius, bringing harmony and balance. The 7 sisters, the 7 star sisters, the tapestry of life, birthing creations. The messenger that's coming, be open to your internal messenger, be open to the signs, because this birthing is coming. The 7 sisters being cracked open. Surrender to the alchemy of life, coming out through, breaking open into this new journey. Then we are definitely going to need nourishment and rest, some sleep, as we are birthed as children of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within us. And it is very soon. Patience, grasshoppers. Wait. Wait. The time is coming. Things are being woven. So don't try and bring it on. This is going to be a natural birth, not a scheduled cesarean birth. I'm just going to put it that way. Nothing wrong with cesarean births. Oh, goodness me, I don't have an issue with them whatsoever. But this will happen naturally as it is meant to. And it is this birth of something new. So the pulse is the heartbeat. We are in the womb. This pulse, what my guides are telling me is this pulse of the 12 pyramids activating is the first contraction. Natural birth cannot be rushed. It will happen in the time that it is meant to. It's not necessarily easy. It can be quite painful for the mother and the child. But it's this new beginning. Wow. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. That was pretty amazing. And then I'm getting the secondary. There will be the secondary, which will be all those original 12 plus more. That will almost like, I'm hearing it like a chime at once. Not so much a pulse, but a chime will all happen at the one time. And it will be registered. And scientists will go, huh? But we will know. Okay, that was something a little bit off tangent. I shall catch you shortly. Have a fabulous Wednesday. See you later. Bye-bye.